Today we will be introducing our integrated marketing communications campaign. Our aim of this assignment was to create an integrated marketing communication campaign for Kildare village, which involves increasing the amount of long-haul, fully independent travellers to the village. We have conducted research and worked together for the past few months to come up with an idea that will entice the long-haul, fully independent travellers to Kildare village. This will create an experience for them. Kildare village is home to 100 international fashion and lifestyle brand boutiques. Examples of the brands would be Tommy Hilfiger, Michael Kors and All Saints. Kildare Village's USP is that they want to create an experience for all consumers, and this experience begins from the moment they enter the car park. They experience a warm welcome and array of services such as valet parking, personal shopping and a doorman. This unique experience is what attracts international guests. We have aimed our target audience as the Chinese tourist industry. The €50 million expansion to Kildare Village allowed for a 53% increase in Chinese visitors as 36 additional boutiques were available. Kildare Village also has a great presence in Kildare town and is engaging with the local community, and this then attracts visitors to other locations within the county, such as the Japanese Gardens and the National Stud. It's located just off the M7 motorway, and it's an hour from Dublin, which is convenient for people that want to travel to Kildare Village if they are staying in Dublin. But there's also a lot of hotels around Kildare as well, which is convenient for travellers who want to just visit Kildare Village. They can stay in a hotel that's nearby. Kildare Village also work closely with multiple local, national and international companies such as travel agents, rail companies, credit card companies and tour operators, which enables visitors the opportunity to experience Kildare Village with great benefits. Our idea to increase long-haul and fully independent travellers to Kildare Village is to hold an Irish event filled with Irish culture, music and heritage. We have chosen the Chinese as our target audience as a lot of them visit Kildare Village every year. The Irish theme will allow the long-haul travellers to gain an insight into our culture. It will also create a great experience that Chinese tourists may not be able to experience in China. This will then increase fully independent travellers to Ireland. As there has been a decline in travellers purchasing package tours, Kildare Village and this event will create an opportunity for travellers to roam around freely and enjoy the experience. It will be a night filled with trad music, discounts at stores, Irish food and plenty of pints of Guinness. Marketing communication objectives are long-term goals where marketing campaigns are intended to increase the value of your brand over time. Setting communication objectives is a good practice for any company for a few reasons. Some of the reasons would be that it highlights the necessary balance within the mix of the company, and another reason is that it is useful is that they indicate how the campaign may be evaluated. So by increasing the number of international customers to Kildare Village, this would of course boost sales, which is a benefit to Kildare Village. Then with Kildare's increased income from long-haul travellers, this will put us in a position to expand new units or brands to the village, which will create more jobs. This would also stimulate a desire for both new and existing customers, encouraging repeat business and trips to the village. A good marketing communication strategy would be very important in progressing and achieving these goals.
The coordinated communications mix. This includes the promotional efforts for our Kildare Village Irish Culture and Heritage event that will be used to intrigue the long-haul, fully independent traveller, which from here on out we will refer to as FITS. The advertiser has complete control over the messages being delivered as it is paid for, so it is important to be consistent with the messages being put across. Reinforcing these same messages is vital in order to gain optimal impact in attracting FITS. With the Chinese being the village's #1 overseas visitors, it is important to retain and continue to grow their interest in Kildare Village and the Irish culture. Social media advertising is a highly effective way of informing people about Kildare Village. Another way of reaching Chinese tourists is on China's multi-purpose messaging and social media app WeChat. We want to reach out to the Chinese visitors in the most effective way possible, and this is why we believe it is a good idea to use social media platforms they are familiar with, such as WeChat. Human and financial resources. Creating a budget will allow us to make a spending plan for our money and ensuring we will always have enough money to put our plans in place. It will ensure we don't incur too much debt. This budget should meet the communications objective. Our objective, the marketing communications budget objective, should be cost effective and portray a successful return on investment. The project scope. The budget will display a range of direct and indirect costs from communications. These budgets will cover numerous costs, some of which include event publicity such as ads and billboards discussed previously, entertainment, design and staffing costs. A way to reduce costs in communication is to work with a single agency that can help create ads for our billboards and websites to reduce administration costs. Marketing communications. A bus shelter ad outside Dublin Airport will attract fits once they arrive in Dublin Airport, as they will most likely use public transport or pass by a bus shelter leaving the airport. By placing ads on China's multi-purpose messaging and social media app WeChat, this will attract and inform international audience of fits to the event. Implementing the following marketing communications will ultimately promote and increase commercial awareness for the event, and carefully considering costs involved in marketing communications will reduce the likelihood of debt or loss.
This is our budget that we've set out that will be the total cost for our event.
Our budget for the event will be under €10,000. Our ongoing work with the local press and companies such as Guinness will help us to meet our budget, as they have agreed to partner with us in the event. Advertising and catering will be the two biggest of our expenses. We're expecting a footfall of 400 fully independent travellers for our event. This means that at €8 a head, catering for the event will cost around €3,200. Scheduling and implementation. Our target market is the long-haul, fully independent travellers, more specifically Chinese tourists. We concluded that the most feasible mix of media channels will be printed ads and social media ads. Social media ads will be far more effective and cater to a larger audience due to their reach and frequency. Our ads will be posted through WeChat, tourism sites and email. With millions of users, it has the potential to be a launch point into the Chinese travel market. A strategically placed ad for Kildare Village could entice the fit to ultimately choose them. In order for the event to run smoothly, local businesses such as the hospitality industry should be aware and work alongside the village to promote the best Ireland has to offer. This event will not only boost the village itself, but the local economy too.
This is our media schedule that we've drafted up and will use in order to promote our event. It is important to use billboards, social media channels, especially the We app for the Chinese market, tourism sites and emails, as these will all help bring attention to our event and get the long-haul travellers on board with coming to visit Kildare Village for our Irish theme night.
Evaluation and control. There are two main methods of evaluation. Firstly, the evaluation of the individual marketing messages, which involves making sure the target audience understand the meaning of the campaign and whether or not there needs to be a better balance of emotions and information in their communications. Secondly, the evaluation of the overall IMC campaign. This determines what effect the campaign had on our target audience and what IMC elements worked well and if there were any weaknesses. The campaign will be evaluated overall on how well it meets the objectives in the long term. For example, Kildare will need to see a real increase in sales and footfall from long-haul travellers to ensure the campaign is working well and was successful.